Hey everybody, welcome back to Aquatico. Hope you're having a sweet day today. I think I don't exactly know how to describe it. I don't know if I've just built too much already or if the game has some optimization issues maybe, but everything seems to be slowing way down now. And I don't mean just game performance either. There's just a ton of drones right here doing nothing. And there will be buildings that don't have supplies. And so I think maybe I'm processor limited here, and I can't, like how in some games where you get a big enough population and you have people just standing around because your CPU hasn't quite gotten to that yet. Sort of like Prison Architect, where you'll put down a bunch of guards and then they'll just stand outside for half the day before they finally move, that kind of thing. Well, I think that's kind of starting to happen here. And we're gonna work around it, but it's getting pretty high up. I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to really finish the game per se on that, but it's okay. This is a early, very early version and stuff, and we can always come back to it later. I did also want to make one critique on the game, only because I know the publishers and stuff are watching. The tech tree, in my opinion, this stuff goes way too slow. And like, if I click pub, right, because I want to get that, 640 credits, which at this point in the game is meaningless. I'm at 44,000 and rapidly climbing, okay? Money is absolutely meaningless right now. But the 30 days that I have to wait to get this research does not, because it's forcing me to play on when I don't need to build anything until I get to something that I do. I would consider a rebalance of the tech tree, and one of the things I think could maybe help a little bit would be to separate upgrades from core capability enhancements. In other words, this here is a global production improvement that allows me to have my advanced items, plastic, tools, glass, etc., all increased by 10%. Okay, that's cool, but that is also required to get the pub. Completely unconnected thing. I don't understand why. Things like the drone factory, for example, drone factory 2, I don't know why I would ever need that. I've got just an insane number of drones doing almost nothing anyway. One research, however, that I think might help a little bit with that, if I go all the way back, well, I'd accidentally clicked decorative tree. No way to stop that or change, by the way. I would really like to see that feature in the future. But once that research is done, I guess, we'll speed up time. There is something that I didn't get that I think would be very helpful. Actually, it's right next to decorative tree here. So once this is done, I skipped over this research. Because I was like, okay, cool, signs, big deal, it's cosmetic. But it actually has function. It allows us to construct underwater traffic pointers that eases navigation and increases the speed of mechanical units. So I kind of like, I don't know if this is an area of effect thing, it might just be. So we can place down navigation signs that help people move a little bit faster or help drones move a little bit faster. And that might speed things up, especially with an ever expanding base. And that's all the way back near the beginning of the tech tree. So we're going to get that now too. I can always do Lucky Trader here too to get more upgrades. But I think ultimately what I'd like to see from the tech tree, because it's very extensive and but it's very long and not very wide, if you know what I mean? So like you have to go through stuff to get to other stuff. That's maybe something that you want more. I would like to see it maybe widened out, but like, look at all of this. This is because there's a pipeline not working, which again is meaningless. Just either make it meaningful, give us a way to prevent it from happening, like multiple connection points per building, that kind of thing, or just get rid of it, because it really doesn't add to the difficulty. It's just annoying. Okay, that's my 2 cents. Now, let's talk about what we're going to do today. Because I've got $48,000 now, I can go in and buy certain things that I'm down on. So, for example, I'm starting to make jewelry now, so I don't really have to deal with the luxury need. But I'm insufficient on my tier 2 food. So I can go in and find bean down here somewhere. I guess I could do anything. Plums are fine. And I think actually beans were cheaper, I thought. Yeah, 6.0. So I could just go ahead and do this and hit trade. And, you know, a meaningless amount of money is going to give me the beans. So I really don't have to grow them. Likewise, if I don't want to do this manually, I have a new trade company here. And I'll just increase this to the highest possible trade volume I can. And when I can go in, the second this is a completely new trade company, I can just go in and I can say something like, hey, can I make sure that we have a constant supply of beans? Just a target of 1,000. I want 1,000 beans, okay? So just constantly buy them until we have 1,000 of them, okay? And then I can come over here and do the same thing with strawberries if I want to. And you know, I can maybe if I'm low on like concrete or diamonds or, you know, something that I need for various other productivity, I can just go in here and do that. Because money is no big deal, that's a really easy thing to do. Electronics, I can just say, hey, can I make sure I always have 100 of these things? And then I'm super high on all these, like quartz is a good thing. Quartz, we can go ahead and sell quartz. We don't need this much quartz. I can make sure that we maybe keep ourselves under 500 or something, you know? So trade companies, very good. I'm thinking about just loading up one of these entire things with nothing but trade companies, because it would just speed up the process and make it all better. Because again, money is way strong. Now, we just got the signs, so I'm gonna go ahead and start pub for research, but I want to lay down these signs because I want to see if they help anything at all. So I also researched the guardhouse. I don't know if that necessarily matters. It says a small security office that protects our citizens from natural predators and pirate threats, small effective range. I haven't seen any indication that these things are implemented in the game yet. So I will build one of these, but I don't expect it to do anything. I just want to build it so that you can see what it looks like. So we're going to put a guardhouse kind of somewhere that's not very meaningful. About out of the way, I guess. Can come over here, I guess. We'll have this. Well, this is getting my sponges, which are also kind of overdone. We'll just put the guardhouse here, just so we can see what it looks like. Okay, so pop it there. There it goes. Call it good. It does take a couple of seconds actually to lay in a building. So I'm gonna take and put a street sign, navigation sign here, and another one maybe over here, just because I think these things are what speed up the drones, right, in the area of effect. So if I can position these kind of all along the points where they're supposed to be traveling a lot, then I can speed up their travel through these areas. I can make them go faster. So I'm just gonna kind of pop these down all over the place just to try to speed up. Oh, you know what? That one's probably in the way. It does look like they can go through it though. These are instantly built too. They don't need to be built for anything. They take just 10 plastic and 100 credits. They seem to be instant construction, which is kind of cool. Because not very many things have been instant construction. Not to say that I think they should be. I actually don't think the navigation signs should be, but the fact that they are is, I don't know, a little bit refreshing, I guess. Been dealing with everything just waiting for things to build for a while, so this is nice. So I can just kind of lay these signs in and hope that this speeds up all the drones in these areas. I'd like to see sort of demonstrated how this would possibly speed them up. Like, I kind of want to see what the speed is of a drone nearby versus, you know, when he's not in the range sort of thing. I want to see it actually in practice, but I'm not sure I'll be able to do that. We are going to need more batteries, it looks like, and that's one of the things I could just probably put the trade company on. I think we'll do that instead. Let's say instead of electronics, I want you to go on batteries. So I think batteries would be at the top. They tend to be in the order of their complexity in terms of obtaining them, I think, is what they are. So battery would be near the top. And I'm going to say, yeah, I want to keep 1,000 of them because, again, money is no object, so whatever. Just buy them, sell them, trade them, however you want. Just get them in here. And that way I don't have to produce them anymore. See, that's nice, right? So let's go in and get greenhouse 2, but that's after pub, and pub's only half done. So this is the part where I think the game has kind of slowed down a bit, and I'm running into this issue content creation wise where I don't exactly know what to show you while I'm waiting, right? And I don't know what's up ahead, because if I there's a lot of research still to go. There's a ton of stuff here, right? It just keeps going. And this map could get incredibly big, but how big do we really want to go? How big doesn't matter, you know? I kind of want to see all the different mines. I want to see how all the different resources interact with, you know, various different, you know, things like distilleries and perfume shops. And there's an oyster bar here, I guess. Plastic age is another thing. I want to see what the new houses look like. What does it mean to form a software company? Okay, the headquarters of a software company. What does that do for me in terms of the balance of the game? Hotel, does this mean that people will be coming by more often? Are we going to have, you know, tourist submarines that are coming down? I don't know. I'd like to get to those. It's just unlimited now by the time it takes to research, not the money. So I think what will happen is after this video, I'm probably going to let this thing run until I'm near the end of the tech tree, which will probably result in me having like 1 million credits. But if I do that, then the next video you guys see of this game, we can actually start plugging stuff in and actually show you things. Because right now, to be honest, I'm just talking to buy time because I don't really have much to put in. Now I have actually, that's not entirely true. I have done some things, like I've gotten market. I've gotten the guardhouse, which I just put in. We can go look at it in a second. But I've actually, that sounds like it's kind of it. Oh, warehouse too. So this is a warehouse. This is what the warehouse looks like. Yeah. And I've maxed it out because I can. And it can hold. How much stuff can it hold? I actually don't know what it can hold. It just says warehouse. So these depots will tell me how much the storage capacity is. The warehouse does not tell me that. So is it infinite? It might be infinite. Either way, it's fully maxed out, and it's just going to sit there for a bit, which is cool. I can go into, I think up here we can get markets. Market right here, yep. And then the pub is done. So the pub is enormous. I do wish that it would cover a larger, because these domes are actually much more difficult in terms of like trying to cover a lot of homes. But if I place the pub right here, then I think it will cover the homes that are on that half. I think. I don't know. So I kind of want to find out, does this pub affect homes that are in the opposite dome over here? Again, I suspect probably not. And that's the downside of this dome design, is that these buildings are not going to really be able to cover a lot of different stuff. So I'm going to have to place homes basically inside the area that I want it to be affected. And so that's where we just kind of go like this. We'll place one row of homes here. And it's unfortunate too, because you'd think you'd want, you know, people to move around, and I don't know if they do. I'm not sure if this only works. All right, now. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if this only just works for the stuff that's in the circle, or if people will come over and decide to visit the pub. And I wish it was the second. I wish it was the latter, but I don't know that. We also have a fast food restaurant, so I want to see how that works out too. So we can put the fast food restaurant, let's say right over here like this. Seems good, man. We can now put the pub if it fits. Doesn't look like it does, so we're gonna place the pub just kind of in the middle here, sort of like, let's say like this. Kind of like that's fine. And then we've got this market, which is really big, and then that market can go, I'm hoping, right in the center here. It does look like it will fit with these houses. I just have to move the shrine. So goodbye, shrine. It's been nice knowing you. But there are better things here, like the market here. So we'll see how this affects life in the dome. It's a central place for them to get their food and stuff, is what it says. But Again, I don't know how that actually affects them. We'll go ahead and put in houses over here like this too. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm just obviously letting it run so they can build all these things, but also so that the research can continue. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and see if we can just pop another one in here real quick. Sand collector just got done. Let's do concrete fact hub influence. Greenhouse 2. I just got greenhouse, didn't I? Greenhouse 1 and it goes to greenhouse 2. Okay, I mean we could grow some stuff there. Let's try to greenhouse 2 instead. So we'll just keep doing this. So let me place in all these new buildings and sort of sort through all the different houses and stuff that I want to build and get them all insulated and all that stuff. And I'll be right back. All right, so I got the pub in, and the pub is down wheat. They're missing wheat. So I'm gonna go ahead and auto import that with a trade company, and just for a little bit, and then we'll probably start growing our own. Then the fast food place wants small fish and potatoes. Small fish and potatoes. So we got to figure out how to produce small fish because apparently we're not doing that yet. Also potatoes over here. And then this pub actually has enough. Now we can get credits for every house in the radius of this. 9, 18, 18. That's pretty wild. I also have expended all my glass, surprisingly enough. So we'll have to start making more glass now too. But I need to start growing some other stuff. So if I take a look at this is a lot of fertility over here. We can start growing a whole bunch of stuff over here. And I also wanted one little place over here too. So down here, we have food production. Now we have the access to the greenhouses. So let's see what we can do with that. I'm gonna say maybe that a greenhouse will fit here. I don't know that, but let's find out. It looks to me like it also needs a pipe connection, which is kind of interesting. And looks like it will fit here, like so. Okay, it'll fit there. So we'll go ahead and do that. Greenhouse is down in that little spot. And of course we want to connect this to the pipe network as well. So we'll just go in and do that wherever it is. Let's do it from over here, I guess. Let's kind of bring it over from over here. Okay, done. And then once that's built, we'll see what it is that we can actually elect to grow there. We're gonna do the same thing over on this side, and I assume the greenhouses are just flat upgrades for the farms. Like I feel like those are just gonna be better. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. Let's go ahead and extend this out, and I'd like to get like another set of farms and stuff going in over here. Maybe I can even go like a long ways one over right here like this. Yeah, 98% is okay with me. I'm good with that. So we'll go 98% on this greenhouse, and then we'll want to come in and go, you know, another 98% or so, whatever, from this one. I guess this is 100. So we'll put this one in. And somebody said that they wanted me to like play around with different field sizes in the game to see if it mattered. So I think this is a good opportunity to do that because these fields are different sizes, this one and this one. But for the sake of, you know, being thorough in that, let's go ahead and make a smaller field right over here. And I think I can actually have it face that way, which I'm not going to do because I want that pipe to keep going. So we'll put a smaller field here. It's important for testing purposes. They both have the same fertility. And so this one has 100%, and so does this. And we'll grow the same things in both of these, and you could see the difference if that's something that you're still interested in. Forgot who asked that, but you know who you are. Okay, so I'm going to push this over here. And let's go ahead and just have this connect here, and this can connect here. We'll see what they actually take for resources, because it looks like I have to assign a seed, okay? So inside here, we need a seed, and this can give us maybe pumpkin. And we need to grow wheat, right? For the pubs and stuff. So I think we'll go ahead and have wheat in this one. We're gonna want to grow probably a lot of wheat for the pubs. I think we'll do something different over here though. So we need to produce more basic goods. need to produce more luxury goods, it looks like, or I can just buy them, which is what I intend to do. It also looks like the trade companies aren't really working in terms of import, because they're supposed to be importing batteries and they're not. So that's just not working. I assume then the wheat won't work either. I don't know that, but I also don't see wheat in... Oh, it's over there on the right column for food tier 1. It's over there. But we're going to have to, of course, start transferring it. Or we're going to have to start taking food and converting it to higher tiered food, right? So we have strawberries, apples, grapevines. Let's do... I don't know. We could do... Maybe pumpkin. We don't have any pumpkin. What would we use pumpkin for? Potatoes. I think potatoes is a good thing because we need that for those fast food places. So let's do potatoes in this one. And we'll also do potatoes in this one. And then you'll be able to see the difference there. Over here, I want to do wheat again. So we'll do that. And are there any upgrades for fields? Doesn't look like it. Okay. So once they're done doing this one, we'll also do potatoes. And then you'll be able to see what the differences are between these two fields. Cultivation is prolonged due to the lack of upkeep resources from the pipeline network. Okay, so let's see what this needs. This needs... Oh, it's oxygen. I'm now... Yeah, all these fields I just put in, I'm depleting my oxygen supply. So we're just going to go in really quick and create another one. Maybe we'll create 2 more. We could do it over here near this farm, or near this, yeah, oh, also, we don't want this. We want the big one, don't we? We don't want the little tiny oxygen generator anymore. Oh, no, we need the oxygen extractor, which requires more glass. But the extractor is just flat better than every way, so let's go ahead and I'll put this extractor, like, right over here. Kind of like, I don't know, maybe like this. I know that's on ore-rich land, and that's probably not a good idea. Okay, yeah, you're I know whoever said this, somebody's gonna say it. Probably not the best place to put this because we can always mine stuff there. Let me go ahead and get oxygen extraction over here, and maybe I can fit it, yeah, right here. Right in the back like that. Can't put the pipe this direction, but I can fit the pipe right through there. That is the only place I can put that pipe either, so we'll go ahead and do that. Pipeline right here, bring it over. Yeah, very close. And then right like that. And that will hook up the oxygen supply to the pipeline. In the meantime, we should probably look to... down 43 oxygen, right? So, you know what? I'm just going to let it go. I think it's going to be fast enough to where we can just build this really quickly and be done with it. Although it does look like it needs plastic and glass. Plastic is odd because we have lots of plastic, so you should never need that for any reason. And honestly, we have the glass supply too. It just takes a while to get to it. So I probably should increase how much glass we're producing now too. We're technically running off of a single glassworks here. So it stands to reason that we could afford another one. It's just about whether or not I'm going to be able to put it right next to, you know, quartz mines or anything, but I think I can make it work. So let's find another glassworks. There's mines over here. I can stick this right in the back like this. And it looks like a pipe will fit through. Nope. I need to make sure the pipes will fit through there. So pipes can't go that way and they can't go this way. So I've kind of accidentally created a dead end there for the pipe. That's unfortunate. There's no dead end on this side though, so we could go in and create a dead end by going here. Let's not do that. Let's not. I guess I could bring this pipe around like this and just have this be back here. So let's just do that because I need the glassworks to be near a quartz mine for that bonus. And then now we're kind of encroaching on the radioactive place, so we want to kind of be careful on that. I don't want to cover it up. So let's take the pipe, and we're just going to bring pipe out this way, all the way to the end. Almost. There we go. And over to, let's say, there. And then all the way over like this. Almost. Yep. Takes a second. And then we'll do that right there. Okay. So now we're going to get the glassworks to be built too. And all sorts of resources that it doesn't have. I mean, we have all of these. Look at how many tools we have. Like, we're good forever on these things, man. We'll just be ready to rock and roll. Aside from the glass, I'm gonna go ahead and temporarily import a bunch of glass. It's very easy to do. Just come down here, find glass in the list, and then hold shift, hit that, and we have a shipment of 400 glass incoming. And I don't have to worry about it anymore because might as well spend that money. It's not useful for anything else. Produce more luxuries, tier 1. That's a good idea. We should. I'm gonna buy them. Maybe I get another trade port because I use this thing. I'm actually using it quite a bit. So if there is another trade port, yeah, I'm gonna use another one on this side, I think. Just so it's over here near where I want to use it. Not there. Over here is fine. We'll just drop this trade port like right here. Yeah, I don't think I need it to be super close to everything, so right there is good. And now I can, you know, trade multiple, like make multiple trade trips and stuff at the same time. That'd be good. So this oxygen producer is up now. We're just gonna go ahead and upgrade that all the way if I can. Here we go. I'm missing the glass temporarily until that bar fills up, and then I've got tons of it. Or I could just, you know, wait out the machines that I'm currently waiting on. I could do that. In the meantime, why don't we go ahead and get diamond mines started, because that sounds fun. Who doesn't like a good diamond mine? I don't know what we're going to use diamonds for. Maybe drilling tools? Maybe we just use it for jewelry or something. I don't know. It's possible. All right, there we go. We maxed out the glassworks. So now I'm just waiting on the tools, which should be arriving any time now because I got this warehouse right here. This is the other thing too. Like, you can have, doesn't matter how many drones you have, you're just never going to have everything brought when you need them. And you know, you get this happening. These guys are trapped. They're just going to stick around. It's a game that's an alpha, okay? It's a demo version. We know it's not going to be perfect, right? I just like to poke fun at little things, but I'm hoping that people know that when I'm poking fun at an alpha game, I'm not suggesting that it's, you know, bad development or something. I'm just looking at it going, hey, look, this is what it's like when it's early. It is. This is exactly what it's like when it's early. You need concrete. Look, all that glass is in. Good. So hopefully this series does show a little bit for balance considerations. I think money is way too strong. And I think there's a few things that are maybe could be improved as far as like, you know, balance goes. But it's ultimately, I think it's still a beautiful game, you know. Get a little more optimization on that, and then now all we're missing is the potato, and then we'll start rocking and rolling on that. Produce more from the pub. My jewelry stores are maxed out, so we should have plenty of that, but it says we're insufficient. Is this just because we don't have enough of them? Like, we actually need more of them? Because it looks like I only need one in terms of, well, I guess it doesn't say how many. Like on the food, right? It says I need 3 variety. I thought it did the same thing on luxury, but it doesn't. So I guess I just need more luxuries. I know, beer, we're making that. Jewelry, we're not making enough of that probably. So I wonder if it's possible to fit a jewelry store in anywhere over here. Yeah, I'm a little bit, I didn't really space these out the way they should be spaced out. So it's maybe less efficient than it should be. We could go like that over here, make another jewelry store. I could have maybe fit that if I didn't do the shrine. It's off by 1. Okay. And then, of course, there are bigger domes as well. This is not the largest dome. We can go for bigger ones. Let's do diamond tool production. If I go a little bit more this way, right to here. Now we have house 4. I'm looking for dome. Big dome. Adds the option of constructing even larger domes. I gotta see what that one's like too. I can't imagine quitting the series before at least seeing what that other dome is, but I'm thinking maybe a couple more videos and we're gonna call it good for this game. I'm not gonna see everything for this first playthrough, but we've got a good taste of what the game is like. And how I typically do things when I've played a game is I typically play them until I feel like I've properly experienced what that game is about. And if it's really fun, then maybe we take it right to the end. Typically in early access, like starter games like this, there's usually going to be optimization issues. There's usually going to be things that kind of maybe aren't working or whatever, so we don't get to see the whole game when we do it. This doesn't seem like it's necessarily that, although I would say, performance could be better, I guess. But in any case, I think I've gotten almost what I'd like to get out of the game. Now what I'm mostly interested in is just seeing those different buildings and those different processes that I haven't quite got to yet. And then that will kind of tell me everything I need. Whoa, medicine is gone. Why is medicine gone? Okay, we'll trade and get medicine brought in. How did we lose medicine? Oh, you know what it probably is? Because like medicine nobody's been using it, but I think what it is the lack of seaweed. And so on this trade station, I'm going to go in and just bring in a ton of seaweed so we can get stuff producing again, because that's probably what this clinic is not doing. It's probably the seaweed. And, probably could get another clinic. Public buildings, clinic, and I could probably put a clinic, thinking like right over here on this side, like this. Yeah, maybe on this side. Yeah. Put a clinic over here, and we're going to need to grow seaweed too. So maybe on this field's growing seaweed, this one's growing scallops. So we can also have you alternate between scallops and seaweed on this one as well. And then maybe inside this greenhouse, although I do need the wheat for those new stuff that I'm making. This is missing sponges. Now we're gone on sponges too. Somebody told me not to worry about sponges, that I have too many. Here you go. 445. I disagree. I don't think I have too many at all. I think you can never have too many sponges. Also, subsurface base 3, we have another directive we could do, I think. I've unlocked them. I think the problem really though is that I don't have enough influence remaining to do it, like this one here. Engineer income tax. I don't have enough actually, I think I'm already doing that one. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I've got more directives than what's here unlocked, at least in research. But I don't have enough influence until I get over to here, and then I get more influence. So concrete factory done, mushroom cave done, diamond tool production's nearly done, and then we can finally start doing a uranium mine, and we can see about maybe getting a nuclear power plant up. I mean, not that I need it. I'm pretty good on power as is without doing that, and to be honest, I would probably just, with this game and not having any day-night cycle at all, I would probably just spam solar plants instead of making a nuclear plant. Unless, of course, that nuclear plant doesn't take a constant source of uranium to function. I suspect that it does, but I don't know that. If it doesn't take a constant source of uranium to function, then of course it's a better deal. But I suspect that it does. Let's do 400 batteries as well. Probably should use those. And then on this one over here, we'll bring in... My goodness. Look at all this stuff. Furniture, decorations aren't done. I added another furniture store over here. Another furniture factory and maxed it out. And then I added another decoration factory over here. So there are 2 more at work right now, and apparently that's still not sufficient. So we are getting to the point, I guess, where, resource consumption is beginning to snowball, and, I need to maybe expand faster. I need to start using this area out here to start bringing stuff in, but with the speed that drones are going, I don't know if I can do that. I think we're getting really high up in the game. I don't know. Let me your thoughts. You can leave those thoughts down below if you can. There's not a whole lot of comments on this series, so it's kind of also makes me think like, maybe it's time. You know what I mean? let me just let this run for a long while, I guess. And we'll clear a bunch of the research so that I don't have to wait for this time. I'm going to go ahead and expand just the basic necessities to make sure this thing's never complaining about what we need already. But I'm going to keep, you know, the number of people in check. So when we get to the point where we have, like, you know, no free houses or getting close to that point, I'll go ahead and shut off these rescue centers and you know, sort of control that for the purposes of another video, okay? So I'll see you guys in, I don't know, it might take a few days to actually let this run long enough to do that, but we'll see you guys later at that point, and hopefully we'll have all this stuff running. It's not going to complain that I need more goods or anything, okay? Take it easy. See ya. Bye-bye.